Hi, good day to everyone. Once again, welcome. As this is the last part of our three-part series, and there were quite a interesting question that came about, and I'm going to read out to us right now. Uh, the question was, how do we find balance between work, school, and family commitments, and in between there are also maybe sometimes we do face family crisis, health related issues, and so on and so forth. In fact, I think that's a very beautiful question. How do we find balance in this, in our whole journey where there's so many things that's happening, and most often quite a number of curveballs is thrown to us. A very good friend of mine always liked to tease by saying that what is work-life balance? He said, you work first, whatever balance is called your life. As much as I laugh about it, but there is some truth to it, because we are always going and doing something. It's almost that we feel guilty when we don't do anything. Even moving further, sometimes even the talk of how do we care for ourselves. For an example, when we talk about self-care, even though it's a deliberate steps that we take for ourselves to be mentally and physically and emotionally healthy, a good number of us, me included, sometimes feel so guilty about taking a break for ourselves, because we feel that when we are taking a break, we tend to not be there for our family, or probably not doing anything in terms of our academic work, or not doing enough for our career, right? So I think in my years of work, I was one of those individuals who actually felt that self-care is a luxury, and going along that line, I've actually felt very guilty whenever I took a break for myself. But long story short, there was a point of time when I was not taking care of myself, where I was focusing on a lot of other things. I was diagnosed with acute stress, and that itself was a very difficult phase in fact my life and my family, because there was a big worry that I may not survive because of that stress, because I couldn't even eat. I was very physically ill, but thankfully I recovered. But I still remember during the recovery process, and when I was getting medical support, one of the medical practitioners actually told me, Benz, we know that all of us are working very hard. We are committed into the academic work that you're doing. You're committed to your family. You're committed to your work. But if you don't take care of yourself, then all the other things doesn't matter. So I think one of the things that we need to ask ourselves is that, what can we do to care for ourselves? It's not about feeling guilty or feeling that it's a luxury. It's purely taking care for ourselves, purely for ourselves, and putting us in the center of the whole equation. Because if we fall, then all the other things fall together with us. So for me, for an example, I enjoy exercise, working out, going to the gym, going for runs, going for swim. So I have made it a point for myself every day to spend at least half an hour to an hour to exercise and to take care of myself. It helps me both physically, emotionally, and mentally, and helps me get prepared for the day that I'm going to embark. Again, this is for me. I think the question that we need to ask ourselves is, what works for you? Just pushing a little further, my wife enjoys baking. Her self-care is always about baking. My eldest daughter, her self-care is always about reading and writing something. Whereas my younger one, her self-care is always about playing music. It works for all of us. Very different. We are all in the same family, but we all have different ways of taking care of ourselves. I think the question that we need to ask ourselves is that, what is that one thing that I can do for myself? Putting myself in the center of the whole equation and take care of myself. It doesn't have to be an hour, it doesn't have to be 2 hours. If we can only spend 10 minutes maybe 10 minutes is too much for most of us. 5 minutes per day, over 7 days, in a week, we have 35 minutes for ourselves. So we spend a lot of time doing a lot of things, including sending messages, reading emails and whatnot. We spend hours on it. So I think asking 5 minutes for ourselves wouldn't be unfair. With that also said, any one of us who is probably in the state that I was in many years ago, struggling with self-care and taking care of yourself, we are again, NIE Wellness Center is just a phone call away, an email away. Just drop us a note, and again, like my team and my team of counselors and myself, we will definitely see how else can we support you in the process of self-care. All right. Once again, thank you so much for journeying with me this 3 weeks, and I also take this opportunity to thank GPL, the graduate program, to giving me this opportunity to share a little bit of my knowledge and to support our graduate, not only our graduate students, but both our NIE and NTU population. Once again, thank you so much. Take care and stay safe.